After a small pause of the CTE, DICE is finally back with a new update and the content kinda surprised me. Even though I thought Battlefield 1 is slowly coming to its end with the release of the next Battlefield game in 7 months, there are some new things I didn't expect. First of all, the probably most interesting thing is that DICE added 8 new weapon variants for both the Assault and the Scout class. The first one added is the Slug variant of the Sjörgen inertial shotgun. As with every Slug variant, it has an increased range compared to the base version, and it also includes a scope. Though compared to the other Slug variants, this one feels really weak. Its high recoil just makes it ineffective on longer ranges where it should be used, so I think if you want to go for slug shotguns, it isn't the best pick. Another variant added to the Assault class is the Rebel Royal 1918 Optical. Already being a strong weapon, the scope variant just lives up to what you would expect. One of the weapons I really suggest you to use. The machine pistole M1912 P16 Experimental is weird when you play it for the first time. When you are used to having an empty magazine after 1 second when you play with the machine pistole, the experimental variant is a bit different because it is a 2-shot burst weapon. But after some time you again see that it is a beast in close quarter battles. It has a scope and increased accuracy compared to the base version. The M1917 Patrol Carbine definitely is the worst weapon which is added, with its low damage and bad range. These two problems aren't getting better with a magazine size of around 40 bullets, so if you want to kill people, don't use it. The only interesting thing about this weapon is that it has a real scope, which is a first for the Assault class. With the Type 38 Arizaka Patrol and the Kakano Patrol Carbine, we have 2 new scoped snipers for the Scout class, which both aren't especially good or bad. The Ross Mark III also gets an infantry variant, so everyone who likes this weapon has now a chance to use it for close quarter ranges. The most interesting addition to the game is the M1970 Enfield Silenced. For the first time we get to play with a silent sniper in the multiplayer, and yes, it is as awesome as you think it is. In my opinion, silences are something that was really missing in Battlefield 1, and I'd love to see more silence variants in the game. Undoubtedly the sniper is something you should definitely try, in fact I think it will be my go-to sniper in the future. As with every update, there are also some bug fixes and changes to the game. The other bigger change included in this update is an overhaul of the Volga River operation, which should help the overall flow of it and balance the matches more. For that, DICE made some changes to the flags and spawns. First of all, the capture area of the B flag in Sector 1 is increased, so it includes the nearby house now. This should provide the attackers some more cover to capture it more easily. Another change made is that they adjusted the spawn timers for the tanks in the first 2 sectors. The time the tanks of the attackers need to spawn has been reduced from 19 seconds to 1 minute, while the spawn timer for the tank of the defenders has been doubled to 3 minutes. The reason for the change is that now it should be easier for the attackers to push up to the flags and keep a steady pressure, whereas the defenders need to watch out for the tank because now it will be punished harder. The last change introduced with this update are more spawns for the attackers throughout the map, including new spawns on HQ1 and HQ2, and new spawns for the B flag. With that, the map should feel a little bit better for the attackers, due to them reaching the flags more often because of the new spawns. All these changes were made to help the attackers in winning this map, but I don't really think they did help that much. Before I start to criticize the changes, I have to say that I only played the map 1 time with only 10 people on each team, so I could be totally wrong if it plays different when having more players. However, when playing it, it felt like the decreased timers for the tanks of the attackers made them too strong, and the increased timer of the 1 tank of the defenders didn't do too much about that. Moreover, the increased timer of the defenders tank could lead to the tank camping more, because the punishment would be too hard. Decreasing the timer for the attacker tanks seems like a nice change, but I don't really think that the defenders tank spawn timer needs to be increased as well. But again, I could be totally wrong about that, so I hope you will test it yourself and give DICE maybe some different feedback. Though I have to say that all in all I really like that DICE keeps changing and adjusting things like that to help the flow of already released maps. At the end, a big thanks to DICE, and if you want to provide feedback for the CTE session, look in the description, there are links to the different surveys. And thanks to you guys for watching this video. See you on the battlefield.